What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Ben Does Addiction podcast. Just wanted to get on here and make a couple announcements. The first thing is I'm doing my own kind of thing on YouTube. I'm going to try to put one out at least once every 2 weeks, might be once a month. We're going to be doing more kind of investigative journalism, really kind of doing a better job of doing research on the topics that I'm bringing up, and I'm going to try and bring y'all one every 2 weeks about different topics that have to do with addiction, new drugs that are coming into the market, how they're affecting the people, how they're affecting communities, that basic type of stuff. We're going to be doing our best to add more video, audio, just give you all out better experience when it comes to those single videos. As far as the interviews go, we're going to keep those coming. Sorry, it's been a little minute since we put one out. Without further ado, though, my boy Marcus Cottingham has entered the arena.
Yeah.
What's up, dude?
Nah, shit. What's up?
I'm not much, man.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine, dude.
Yeah.
Okay, so, I probably know you better than most people.
You do.
I know that you're a fucking interesting guy. I know that, like most of us, you've kind of been through the ringer a little bit. You've been in institutions, jails, facilities, recovery places,
All of it.
all that shit. So, also, you kind of got experience as far as like the long-term treatment side of things goes. You've been at a place for a little bit. You're kind of working there now. So, what do you do on a daily basis? Like, kind of describe what it is, at this facility you're working at, what you do there, what kind of things how you interact with different people on a daily basis, just the gist.
So my job there, I work for the Trosa Lawn Care Company. That's my main job. And I'm just overseeing all the crews. We've got 14 crews now.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, we've got 10 annual crews that do the annual landscaping, mowing stuff, and we got 4 haul crews, which does like the big leaf removals, one-off jobs is what we call them,
So, something I have, kind of trouble explaining to people when they ask, what was up with the treatment center you went to? Why were y'all working and doing all this? Because, the basic kind of treatment centers, you go for 28 days, they feed you pills, you kind of sit on your ass the whole time. You go to a class where they talk about, and this is why you get high, and this is what the drugs do to your body, and all this bullshit. So, why do you think it is they implement this, kind of work schedule? Because, landscaping and recovery, I can't think of a time where I've ever, really heard those two things together.
No, not at all. If anything, you're landscaping and getting high.
Yeah, that's facts.
You're getting high and you're going to fuck somebody's yard up.
100%,
But at Trosa, I think it integrates you into the community while staying sober. One, they're going to teach you a good work ethic. That's a fact.
Yeah.
You work 6 days a week. You're going to work, and that's part of it. But for me, it was being in a treatment facility, but getting to leave every day, being out in the community and seeing all types of walk of life, and being able to deal with that and stay sober.
Yeah.
Being able to see somebody on the corner getting high and not turning around and trying to get a hit.
Yeah.
It's just dealing with that, the real world, while being held accountable.
Yeah. And you get that, because I also worked in the lawn care department. So, I was your boss for a little bit. So, I know you're the head honcho over there now, but I was the boss man. But, we'll set that to the side.
Yeah.
But, it gives you this sense of, I want to step up to the plate. You know what I mean? I know I was a piece of shit before I came here. I didn't have a
Facts.
work ethic. I didn't do any of this shit. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't doing anything but what I had to do to make sure I could sustain my habit.
Yeah.
So, like, when you get there and you meet this guy who was, Steve Hill, legend, who, fucking 30 plus years of recovery, went through the program himself and kind of built this landscape company attached to the treatment facility up from the ground. Like, you get this sense of, like, I want to be able to step up to the plate enough to get this sense of, self gratification, but also from this guy, like, I want him to be like, I don't want to say proud of me, but I want him to be like, and that was when I first came in the program. That was like my thing. I'm like, yo, I want this dude to be able to be like, I can trust this guy. I can do this.
Yeah.
I want him to be able to tell me, you did a really good job. And I'll never forget, like, the most important thing that this dude ever told me. He said, I don't give attaboys for doing what you're supposed to do.
Yep. And that's the main thing I've learned at Lawn Care through Steve Hill is validation.
Yeah.
So, validation from another man. If you're a man, you don't need validation from another man. You should be able to be proud of the work that you do and be confident in it and not count on somebody else to give you the attaboy.
No, and that's so true. Because, I mean, like my friends and shit, like, you and Jacob and all these people, like, I see them accomplish something and do something really good. Like, I will go out of my way to be like, dude, I'm fucking proud of you, bro. You know what I mean? But I also understand, like, he's just an old school dude, and, like, I can understand where he's coming from. But that taught me so much just based off the words he told me right there and the actions that he showed to me and the way, he treated me or whatever through the program. It really helped me, like, establish myself as a man.
Yep.
Like, I don't need validation from these other people. These people don't have to like me. I don't have to be friends with everybody.
Yeah.
All this type of stuff. So are you kind of taking those same things and implementing it into the way that you're, like, kind of training these guys that fall under you?
Yeah, so, like, looking back, when I first got there, it was overwhelming, like, I'm young in the program. I just now came Lawn Care, but there's all these older people in the program, and they're doing their own thing. They're doing what they need to do every day. There's nobody watching over them. And my first thinking was, damn, I can get away with some stuff here.
Oh, yeah, 100%, yeah.
But seeing them not do things, like, I was thinking back, like, why ain't they trying to
get away with
over?
Something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand it. But now I do understand it. It's the trust. And that's a main thing. I lost a lot of trust before I got to trust with family and friends. Like, nobody would trust me.
Yeah.
And I see why, but him putting the trust into me and me putting the trust into him, like, you have to trust. You have to trust the process.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
They say, and James Robinson told me this. Trust is earned by the teaspoon and lost by the gallon.
Yeah.
That's real shit.
Yeah.
You got to put in that work to get the trust. Man.
Yeah.
Look up some. Google this for me, Jacob. Look up some. Just look up Trosa Lawn Care. Let's see what y'all are working with right now. I want to see some pictures of what y'all got going on.
Might be old pictures and stuff. But
That's fine. We'll read some reviews.
this got the whole spill on it too.
Yeah. Google it. Just go to Google.
Oh Lord.
But, I mean, like, kind of what you're saying, like, you kind of have to find your sense of recovery in whatever it is you're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, I've heard people say, like, oh, I found my recovery in moving furniture because there's a furniture or a moving company connected to it. And that's true. Like, you do find it. But, like, the camaraderie for me was, like, I enjoyed going to work every day.
Yeah, and that was my main thing was, the brotherhood and the camaraderie that I got. We all took pride in our work, and we would talk shit to each other.
Click on that one. No, go back. Go up. Click on that third one over. First month with Trosa. Now with Trosa.
Yeah, that's what you want.
Oh, shit.
There you go.
There
Yeah.
we go, dude. Those are some good picks.
Yeah, I
right
did
there.
that job myself.
Make sure you're downloading these on that iPad.
Yeah, I'll get that one for sure.
Yeah, that's funny, dude.
Yeah. I'll put them on the iPad.
But I mean, yeah, you get this sense of like camaraderie with whatever you're doing with whoever you're doing it with. You
Yeah.
kind of try to. There's like a healthy competition. Like y'all kind of try to one up each other
Yeah.
or whatever. You know what I mean? I was by far the best mower, and probably still am.
Before I got there, probably so.
No, it was
Yeah.
while you were there. While you were there, I was still the best at
And
mowing grass.
one thing I just don't
I
understand.
just
about
broke
it-
the most shit.
Yeah. One thing I don't understand about it is like, you know, when you was there, you had some responsibility, and I kind of based my senior residency off, all right, so Ben had this much responsibility.
I'm gonna get this.
And
You
I-
have way more than me
and
now.
I done
That's
it,
a
and I got
fact.
to
Yeah.
do so much more
Oh,
stuff.
dude, you've flown past me.
Yeah,
dude.
it's crazy.
Yeah, they didn't. But and I'll tell you what it was with me. I was so kind of like burned out,
Yeah.
and I wasn't even really burned out. It was there. He goes right there.
I mean,
There's the man.
That's
right
the
there.
man with the plan.
Yeah,
I don't know if you want to put it in the podcast.
I'll put him up there. I don't think he'll care.
There
Yeah,
it is. Yeah.
yeah, that's the man right there.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, like they didn't have as much trust in me because the way they looked at it was like I didn't have a ton of trust in myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I would get these great ideas and I'd be like, yo, I'm gonna do this and blah 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 blah, and you know, like probably one of the people I looked up to most at Trosa was Chris. You know, and like
That's my dude.
yeah, great guy. And, you know, it's like the way I put on, they probably didn't look at me like he's got it figured out. He knows what he's going to do. But I always had a plan in my head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I always knew what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Now every time I see Chris, you know, dude, I'm so proud of you. Blah, 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 you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm not where I want to be yet. You know what I mean? But like I'm way happier than I was. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
But do I have moments where I'm like, damn, I wish I had kind of stayed on as a PG longer? Sure, dude. Yeah, of course,
Yeah.
bro. You know, I think it's a really important, like, extra program that they add on to it or whatever.
Yeah. I've learned a lot about myself staying on than I would have if I just went to work out.
Yeah.
You know, and responsibility is a big thing.
So looking, you know, Trosa's a 2-year program.
Mm-hmm.
So take yourself back to like 6 months in the program, right? Would you ever see yourself where you're at right now?
No.
No. So what was
Absolutely
that
not.
looking like back? Because I mean, obviously I knew you, but
Yeah.
I mean, what was
I
that looking like for you?
I was crashing out.
Yeah.
You know, doing everything I could to hold on to the mentality I had when I got there.
Yeah.
You know, that was my main thing. I'm not changing for nobody. I'm going to stay the same no matter what. I'm a man. Ain't nobody going to change me.
Yeah.
So that was my mentality then.
What do you think it was that kind of got you out of that mentality? Do you think it was just time, or do you think it was like something that you actually did physically, mentally? Like, where did that change come for you?
It all, you know how people say the stars align?
Yeah.
It was like that. Everything kind of happened at one time, and like different kinds of struggles hit me all at one time.
Yes.
You know, I've done a lot of 30-day contracts, and
Yeah,
I
I
was
can
knocking them out. You know,
Yeah.
30-day contract.
Yeah, explain that.
So when you break a rule, a behavioral rule, you get put on contract, and that consists of a 1-day contract, a 3-day contract, 1 week, 2 weeks, or a 30-day contract. So I've done 5 30-day contracts.
So to kind of elaborate a little bit more, so a contract is, let's look at it like this. If you do something wrong, like, for instance, at Trosa, you have to sign in and sign out everywhere you go.
Yeah.
If you're going to a different property, like say you're at the main Trosa campus and you go to work every morning at Trosa Lawn Care, you have to sign out at the Trosa main campus and then sign in when you get to Trosa Lawn Care. And then you have to sign out when you leave Trosa Lawn Care and sign back in at campus. So if you forget to do that, they can hit you with 2 to 8 hours. So what that consists of is you come home from work after working, your 8-hour day, whatever, and you come back and you put on a red shirt, and you can't talk to any other residents. You can't say anything to anybody. You have to go and clean, and what that consists of is you might have to go to the kitchen and do dishes. You might have to help out in the kitchen. You might have to just detail the property. You might have to pick up trash, whatever. Now, that's 4 to 8 hours. So if you got 4 hours, you got to do that for 4 hours.
Yep.
At the end of the night, you got to sign in. If you didn't finish all of your hours, you got to sign back in tomorrow and finish them. So a 30-day contract, it doesn't go by hours. It's days. So you're doing that cleaning and all of that stuff for 15 hours a day.
Yeah.
You don't go to work. Sometimes you do. It just depends. But anyways, that's what a contract is. You kind of have to do some dumb shit to get a 30-day contract, which would mean like you're fucking with the women or the dudes.
Stealing tip
money. You're fucking...
You got unauthorized pads, iPads.
Oh, yeah. You're watching porn, any of
Yeah.
that stuff. Like,
Yeah.
if they catch you with anything like that, that's a 30-day contract. I did 5 of them myself. Ham, how many did you do?
5.
5, yeah.
You did 5?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did 5. Yeah,
Yeah.
5. So with 5.
I did 118 days
Yeah.
straight of contract days.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Oh.
It felt like half the fucking program.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for a whole year, my first year.
Yeah,
But
it's
you-
almost like we got used to it.
Yeah, we did, for sure. But you know what's crazy is I tell everybody, and I'm like, I would not be the man I am
Ain't no
right
way.
now, sitting here today with the things that I've accomplished if I had not done those contracts,
Yeah.
because something that I feel like is so important about, any program really, but like mainly this one, is that you learn to hold yourself accountable by other people holding you accountable for your shit.
Yep.
And I mean, like, honestly, like, probably my 3rd contract, I'm like, dude, I'm done, bro. Like,
That
I'm
was
done
me.
doing this shit.
Yeah.
And then, boom, I hit my 4th one for some bullshit. And then I was like, I'm done this time. And then some whole other shit came up from the past and got me.
Got you, yep.
And I did a fucking another 30. And after that one, I was like, all right, I'm done for real.
Yeah.
And then I went 9 months without catching a single contract, completely turned my program around.
Yeah.
And I saw you do the same thing,
Yeah.
bro. And Jacob not so much, but but I saw
He struggled to
yeah.
Real talk.
struggled to the end.
But yeah, he was on workout on a 30.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, but
I wouldn't take any of it back, though.
nah, hell no.
No,
dude.
it taught me. So I never was able to like sit with myself and just think about
Right.
my past or things that got me in trouble. I didn't care about none of that. And that 30 forced me to, because you're not allowed to talk to nobody.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to communicate or talk to your boys or not. You got to sit there and work and think. That's all you can do. So,
And the real ones, like something I realized about like friends, dude. You know what I'm saying? Is when you your real friends aren't gonna fuck with you when you're on the floor, but your real homies will come see you every single night
and
after
yeah.
you sign out and be like,
Yeah.
"Yo, what's up, dog? You good, bro?"
Yeah.
Every night you pulled up
Yeah.
on me or I pulled up on
Yup.
you, bro. And
Yeah.
same thing with Eastburn, and
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? That's how you know. That's how you know you got
that,
real fucking.
that was
homies
my
right there.
that was that time when I would sign out at 10 o'clock from 10 to 10:30. It was straight therapy. That's what I called it, therapy. When my real homeboys pulled up on me, and like you and Jason would straight give me therapy. Like, what
Yeah.
the hell are you doing? Like,
Yeah,
why do you
yeah,
keep
yeah, yeah.
doing this shit? You'd be like, I've been there, done that.
Yeah.
Why are you like, dude? You're gonna have to change.
Yeah.
You know. And it started. That seed was planted. And it started about my 3rd third 30,
Yeah.
fourth 30. You know, that's when the wheels started turning in my head. Like, damn, I see, like Jason, he didn't do no 30s. He was just, you know. But you and Eastburn, like, we was like that.
Yeah,
you know, and you know, you start taking shit serious about the program, and like that was my biggest fear was I'm gonna start taking stuff serious, and then everybody's gonna think I'm a Trosa bot. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
You know,
dude,
like
yes.
that was my biggest struggle because I'm this way. I'm ham bone. I
Yeah.
don't give a fuck. This and that. But then the wheels started turning. Now I'm like, man, what is going on?
Who the fuck cares, bro?
Yeah.
I'll never forget. So, like, you know, like, dude, you know, I was in a gang or whatever, and like, I'll look back at like people I used to hang out with, and I'll look back on like pictures of me when I was a kid or like younger. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like in and out of prison, fucking posted up, throwing my shit up, whatever. And I'm just like, dude, what a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And it's the same thing at Trosa because, like, you know, I'll never forget, like, one thing. The hardest part of my program was, you know, there was a whole situation with some shoes. I got some
Yeah.
shoes sent in where I wasn't supposed to. I sent them to somebody that was a post-grad. They gave them to me. Gist of the story is I got caught with them on because I put them on like a dumbass. It was a pair of Jordans that had just came out.
Just released.
So they were like, where'd you get those shoes? And I lied to them at first. I told them I got them for Christmas. They didn't believe me. This was like July when they caught me with them, and they were like, dude, these just came out. There's no way. And, you know, I had to tell them who I sent them to, but I told him, I was like, look, he didn't know I sent them to him, all this bullshit. Well, you know, the guy obviously didn't take it very well, who I sent the shoes to. And, you know, he's, Ben's a fucking rat. He's a rat, fucking piece of shit, blah, all this. Okay, whatever. But at the time, in my brain, I'm like, I can't believe this motherfucker's calling me this shit. Now I feel like everybody thinks I'm a fucking snitch.
Yeah.
And I've spent this whole program doing this and that to make sure nobody thinks that. And I've never been that. And blah, blah, blah. You know, my mind was going crazy. And then 2 days later, or the next day, everybody starts getting sat down on the bench. And everybody starts getting hit for vapes. And what does everybody think?
It was you.
Everybody thinks I told on all these people. People I didn't even associate, hang out with, be around. All these people start going down, and everybody thinks that it was me. So in my mind, it's turning so quick and it's going so crazy. I'm like, dude, this is nuts, man. I've got to leave. Everybody thinks I'm a fucking snitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I even checked off. I went to fucking RI. I had to get my mind right. Well, when I came out of there and I had that time to like decompress and really think about what I had going on, I was like, you know what?
Who gives a fuck?
Who cares? And the most important thing is, like, I know what I did and didn't do, and that's all that matters.
Hell yeah.
And the people that I'm close with and the people I care about, they still fuck with me.
Yep.
And man, I don't care what anybody's saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I came back with a whole different energy, a whole different attitude, and I was like, I'm doing this thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Fuck all these people. And I'll tell you this right now, every single one of those people that said that about me is either kicked out the program, in jail, or gone, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate, and I feel for those people, but, you know, it just shows me, like, how it shows me the juxtaposition of the two different ways of thinking.
Yeah.
That way of thinking of, oh, this person's a rat, blah, 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 blah. It shows me where that's going to get you.
Yeah.
And then that mindset of, who the fuck cares? I'm here for me. This is what I'm doing for myself. I'll show you where that gets you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then looking back at a situation like that, like when all that happened, like now looking back, like if I put myself in that position, all right, and I send you some shoes to give to me, you call yourself my homeboy, you should have been like, nah, we're not doing that. We're not gonna get
Right.
trapped up in that. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
You know, everything happens for a reason. I truly believe in that.
Yeah.
You know, so that's an important way to think about anything in life.
Yeah.
Like, there's a reason behind everything. You might have some fucked up situations, but you got to find the reason and the lesson in it. You know, and then move on.
So take me back, like, this is all great shit, obviously.
Yeah.
But take me back. I want to kind of get a little piece of your story in here. So take me back to like what it is exactly that brought you here, like to where you're at now, to the program, to all that. What got you to this point? Like, where were you at, say, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 10 years ago, whatever? Wherever you want to start at.
Yeah. Well, in high school and shit, like I partied and stuff like any high schooler would. I had a great home, mom and dad, brother. You know, nothing crazy like that. My whole family, one side of my family are like prominent and rich and nose in the air. The other side of my family are criminals and drug addicts and drug dealers and stuff. So I had a choice to make growing up. I could have been good or bad, you know. And I was good for a while, you know. I didn't get in much trouble. I partied on the weekends, went to school.
How'd you do in school? Were you a good student or?
I was okay, you know.
Yeah, I was terrible.
Yeah, I was all right. But my junior year, 5 of my friends got in a car wreck. It killed every one of them.
Oh my God.
They were 50 feet from me when they died.
Holy
I was
shit.
drunk, passed out in my Jeep at the fire department. They hit the tree right beside the fire department, and I slept through it. You know, so that changed everything for me. You know, I used to be on the fire department, you know, junior firefighter, all that good shit. You know, and played sports. Yeah, a good time in high school. I love school.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that single event changed my life. I got depressed and all that, and started.
What real quick? What? So like in school, like what were you like? You know, like popular kid, stoner, whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
So I had a whole drastic turn in my life. Like when I was younger, we were broke. My dad was on drugs. You know, lived in the projects. Went to a school that there was 4 white kids that went to that school.
Yeah.
And the rest were African Americans, Mexicans, and Chinese. You know, and then my dad kind of changed his life around.
Chinese.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chinese.
Oh,
yeah. And then my 7th grade year, I started at another school. I lived in High Point. We moved to Thomasville.
Yeah.
I went to a country school.
All the way from Thomasville to Summer Hill.
Yeah, you know.
Okay. Yeah.
So, and it was a change for me because there was a bunch of white, rich, snobby country motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And in elementary school, I was little and fat and had asthma and didn't talk. And
had asthma?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'd be wheezing everywhere.
Oh, man.
Yeah, hear me coming from a mile away.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah.
Just bad. Yeah, and I didn't talk or to
insecure,
nobody. Yeah, very insecure. And I remember the night before 7th grade, I started at Lefford. My dad came into the room and he was like, Marcus, you can be anybody you want to be. Nobody at this school knows you. You can be anybody you want to be. And if you ask him today, he would tell you he wished he never told me that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because I went.
He thought you was going to be like, I'm going to be a fucking astronaut.
Yeah. And I'm like, nah, I'm going to be a hellraiser.
Yeah, that's a fact, yeah.
So, yeah, and that's what I was in school. I mean, I did my schoolwork and stuff.
Where'd you go to school?
Lefford High School.
Look that up. Let's see what old
yeah.
Ledford High School
Old
looks
Lefford.
like. In Thomasville?
In Thomasville,
North Carolina?
Yeah.
Davie County.
Davison County.
Davison.
Where I went, as I was saying.
Oh.
Davie County.
Yeah. Old Lefford.
We used to go to see on football.
What is
probably
that?
beat
Y'all
y'all.
the Panthers?
Yeah.
Look at that place right there, dude. Senior high school.
Yeah, that's the old middle school.
Dude, I've driven past this.
Yeah, on 109.
What is that? Go back? Go down?
The cheerleaders.
No, keep going down. Keep going down. I just seen something about a disgraced teacher or some shit.
Oh, yeah, we've had a couple teachers. We
Wait,
had
click on that. Click on the picture you just.
We have
you just did.
one dude that.
The first one. Yeah. Now go down. Scroll down. Scroll down. Keep scrolling.
That's body was found at Ledford High School.
Damn.
Middle school.
Hell yeah, dude.
I don't know what you're looking for.
I don't know. It's not there anymore.
Yeah, we had one teacher.
Statutory rape.
Yeah. That's
there it is.
Okay.
Look at that place, dude. It looks like a fucking steel mill.
Yeah, that's the middle school. Yeah, and we
Okay.
had a high school teacher who had a glory hole.
What the fuck?
Yeah, in the cafeteria.
But yeah, here's the picture of the high school. I'll put it in.
Yeah, save that, dude. Let's get that middle school one in there too, because that's a fucking look at that shit. Looks like a state prison.
Yeah,
dude. Wow. Well, hell yeah.
good
dude.
times.
Okay, so high school.
Yeah,
Be anybody you want.
yeah, and I became a hellraiser. You know, class clown,
Yeah.
popular.
Yeah.
Total opposite of what I was.
What you were. Yeah.
Yeah, played football, was on the fire department, like all that stuff.
Yeah.
I always had something to go do,
Yeah.
somewhere
yeah.
to be.
See, I was like, I can relate because I mean, you know, like when I was growing up and shit, like I went to the country club, I played golf, tennis, like
Yeah.
fucking lacrosse. I was national lacrosse. I got to high school, I was just a fucking straight stoner.
Yeah.
Dude. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Smoke weed, burn the fuck out, goddamn.
Yup.
Didn't care about anything. Hung out with the absolute people that I shouldn't have been
Mhm.
hanging out with. You
Yep.
know.
Yeah. So yeah, after my friends died, then I started drinking all the time, smoking weed.
So kind of go into like, okay, so they pass away.
Yeah, we was all at so. I used to work at the Lowe's grocery store,
Mhm.
so all my homeboys would come through on Friday and Saturday nights and buy cases of beer. I
And
would
you
sell them
just,
cases of
yeah,
beer.
you slide
know,
them through,
Yeah, and so that night, they came through and they're like, "We're going to the bowling alley tonight. We'll pick you up from the fire department when you get off," because I had EMT school on Saturday mornings.
Yeah.
So I parked my Jeep up there. They came pick me up. Went to the bowling alley. I rode with all of them. And we go to the bowling alley and we start drinking Everclear and getting tore up.
Yeah.
And I got sick, and so I had this girl take me back to my Jeep, and I passed out in my Jeep. Woke up the next morning. My other buddy woke me up. He was on duty that night. Went in, took a shower, and when we was leaving in his truck, we seen skid marks in front of the fire department, and like the grass laid over into some woods. And we stopped, got out, and looked, and didn't see nothing. So we go to the community college for EMT class that Saturday morning, and our pagers went off of a body found. The address was the house beside the fire department, so we knew something was up. So we get in the truck and drive back, and we get there, and I see my SRO officer, which was weird, walking up the driveway, and he was like tore up, crying and stuff. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And he passed by me, and I looked down, and I seen one of the bodies. I'm like, damn. You know, they're like, we don't know what happened. You know, and I told him, I was like, if he's here, there's 4 more, you know. And they had not found a car yet. There's just a body laying in the dude's yard.
Oh my god, dude.
So we go walking through the woods, and
What the fuck is that? Am I tripping?
nah,
Animal just died.
yeah,
That's
something.
What the fuck was that?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead,
Yeah,
dude.
is this it, Pam?
Huh? I was on Hasty Fire Department.
Hasty?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, gotcha.
yeah.
So anyways, go ahead. This is interesting.
So we start walking through the woods, and how this is like the car was up in the tree, so they were speeding on the way back to my homeboy Chad's house. He's my best friend. They was on the way back to his house to go to sleep, not crash. But
Gosh.
wow.
Good choice for words
Yeah.
there, dude.
So, and at the fire department, there's a 4-way stop, and the road that cuts across is raised a little higher. So they were going so fast, they kind of jumped it. And when he landed, the rear end came up, and he lost control, and he hit a guide wire. So it shot him up in the
fuck.
woods,
Yeah.
right? He hit the tree so hard, they were all wearing seatbelts. It snapped all their seatbelts, and it split the car in half, from the driver's side front to the passenger side back. The tree split the car. And they all died. So
On impact?
yeah, on
Oh,
impact.
wow.
So I knew they were all what they were all wearing and stuff, and so I had to identify all of them.
Was it all guys? It was all
Yeah,
guys?
all guys. Yeah. And one of my buddies didn't ride there with us, but he rode back with them. So, like, I was supposed to be in that car, so that played with my mental a lot.
Yeah.
And my best friend,
Survivor's guilt.
yeah, my best friend Chad Calvert, his detox came back and he wasn't even drunk. You know what I'm saying? He was sober, but my homeboy Jake at Mayo would not let nobody drive his car.
Yeah.
You know, that was his baby, so, and he was shit faced. So, you know,
So, I mean, like, you know, this shit happens. Like, how quickly did you start kind of, was this a pivotal moment in your life?
Yeah, it was. And I had fire duty that same night.
Yeah.
Like, it happened early that next morning, so I had fire duty. So I went to duty, and I ended up putting all my gear at the door and quitting the fire department. And I was in school. I had 2 more weeks before I got my EMT certification. I had another month before I got my bachelor's degree in fire science. And I was a junior in high school, you know, so I had my whole life planned out to be a firefighter, and I quit it all.
Yeah.
You know, started drinking and partying, and it wasn't really partying. It was just getting as drunk as I could to black out and forget everything.
Yeah.
You know, I started hanging out with my cousins a lot more and doing fuckboy shit, you know, just raising hell.
Yeah.
Like, bad.
Yeah, I can relate, dude.
So I ended up getting kicked out of school my senior year, like 3 weeks before I would have graduated. Yeah, just didn't care about nothing.
Yeah.
You know, got into cocaine at that point. Yeah, just didn't have no ambition, no dreams, nothing. Just going through the motions, you know. Then I got into some trouble for breaking and entering and larceny. Caught like 7 charges at one time, and they sent me to Polk for 18 months.
Here we go. Pull up Polk, because this is for the people that don't know, and we're going to talk about this. You got to put North Carolina. So, okay, so what now? So how did you get there this time?
Breaking and entering and larceny.
Okay. God, that's an old picture right there, dude. Yeah.
It's called Granville now.
Granville Correctional.
Yeah.
That's not it.
Ain't that it down there?
Yes.
Polk
Okay, go to that
yeah.
one right there.
The second.
The second one over, the long one. Yeah, okay.
That's it.
So, correct me if I'm wrong. The 3 hexagons to the right, that's building 3, 4, and then the hole is that one at the top right there. Yep. And then over to the left side of this map, you got the project. So that's D1, 2.
Yeah, that's where I was.
Yeah. I was when I first came in, I was in D1, D-Pod. So anyways, the reason I'm talking about Polk is because this was a pivotal moment in my life. First time I went to prison, I did a bunch of stupid shit, and I ended up at this place. And this place will fucking make you grow up quick.
I thought I was hard when I got there.
Yeah.
You know, like I thought I was the shit when I got there, and I was taught as soon as I got off the bus that I wasn't shit.
Go and see if you can look up Polk Prison, North Carolina stabbing. This was like
How many of those?
there's going to be tons of them, but this one, there was one serious one. Go to all. 3 Polk Correctional Institute officers with homemade weapon. Here, I'm just going to read some of these. Okay, inmate assaults 3 Polk Correctional Institutional officers with homemade weapon. Inmates charged in death of 2 NC prison workers. Scissors, hammers used in attacks. I mean, this is just like, it was fucking nuts, dude. You know?
Yeah, that was it was gladiator school.
Yeah,
That's what they called it when I was there.
Yeah, especially you go in and, you're white.
Yep.
It's like a different, like you're stepping on to a different world where everybody wants to hurt you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you
Yep.
got to quickly learn how to adapt. Okay, so you go to prison, you end up at Polk. What's that experience kind of like for you? How long were you there?
18 months.
Okay. You're there for 18 months, breaking and enterings.
Yeah.
So you come out of there, and what's your mindset like?
I'm never getting in trouble again.
Yeah.
You know, I'm changed.
What's the craziest shit you saw when you were in there?
A dude got stabbed in the neck over a soup.
Yeah.
You know,
Sounds
that
about
over one soup. You know, that was probably one of the craziest things that happened at breakfast time. You know, he was four guys down from me, and
Yeah.
they just ran up on him. I then poked him. You know? Yeah.
I saw there was a CO there. He was an old African American guy. His name was Jefferson, and I think it was like Sergeant Jefferson or some shit like that. And there was this dude. I don't know his name. I never talked to him or nothing like that. But he was an inmate, and he had been shot in the head, so his fucking jaw was all fucked up and shit. So he had to eat like this and shit. Why? I remember somebody cut him in line, and he said something to the dude who cut him, and the dude was like, "Oh," and bro just started rocking off on him. Well, the Jefferson guy, he comes in and pulls his nightstick out and goes like he's about to hit the one dude that had been shot, and he grabs Jefferson's arm, rips the nightstick out of his hand, starts beating the shit out of the old man. And I was just standing there, I'm like, holy shit, dude, what the fuck?
Yeah.
This is my first time in prison, like, you know, I've been in county jail for like a year at this point,
Yeah.
so like it's like my third day there. Shit was crazy,
Yeah.
dude. Hell yeah.
Yeah, it was a normal thing to fight. You know what I'm saying? Friday night fight nights.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
called me Justin Bieber for the first
I
2
can
weeks
see
I
that.
was there. Yeah, because
I see
I
that.
had like the slick over hair and shit, and then I'm like, dude, fuck this. You're not gonna keep calling me Justin Bieber.
That was before Benny went and got it.
That was before Benny went and got it. But okay, so you get out on the streets.
Yeah.
Where you're at? Where's your mind at?
I'm gonna find a job.
Yeah.
Start working, and all that good shit. And I did. You know, I did good for a while. I was working, but I started working with my cousins. You know.
Yeah.
And slowly got back into the life.
Yeah.
You know, doing drugs, selling drugs, all that good shit. But this time I'm like, all right, I'm not going to be extra. I'm going to be like in the shadows. You know.
Yeah, you're
like,
gonna outsmart everybody.
Yeah, and that's been my mentality. I'm gonna get in trouble. I'm gonna find a better way to do it.
Yeah.
You know, and it always catches up with me. You know, every time. So, but then I meet this girl, and we fall in love, and I start having kids, and I get out of the lifestyle completely. Get a good job, get a house, you know, all that, all the American dream. I did it. And I don't really know what, I can't pinpoint a situation that happened. But then I just said, fuck it. I got bored. That's what happened. I got bored.
Oh yeah.
Getting up, going to work, coming home. Getting up, going to work, coming home.
You know what's so funny, dude, that you said that? Somebody told me this one time, and I really didn't think about it until this guy said this to me. But, you know, like, when you're in jail, or okay, so before you go to jail, you know, you got that one homeboy that y'all used to get fucked up together and shit. He got out of jail. You call him. He's like, yo, man, what's up, dog? We about to go do this and that. Woo, you want to come with us? Nah, man, I'm at home with the kids right now. You know, my girl's about to go to work.
Yeah.
And I got to get up early in the morning and go to work and shit. Nah, I can't come do anything. And when you're in that situation and you're like, what the fuck, dude? Like, come on, bro.
Shit.
You lame as fuck,
Yeah.
dude, blah, blah, blah. And then you end up in a jail cell and you're like, damn, that sounds so nice right now.
Yeah.
Just being able to be at home with my girl, my
Chilling,
kids,
yeah.
chilling and shit like that. And, you know, that's something I fucking took for granted so much because your kids are in your life, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To an extent, you get to see them and shit
Mhm.
like that. For me, it's like, dude, I haven't seen my son since he was 6 months old, bro. You know, and it's like
Yeah.
that's something that always like weighs heavy on me. I'm like, damn, you know, I wish I could have put the steps in necessary to be a part of my son's life. You know what I mean? That's my blood. Like that's like he looks like a fucking clone of me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it. But you know, under certain circumstances, we make poor decisions, and we
Yeah.
got to end up eventually paying for the consequences.
Yeah.
And you know that's what it is.
Yeah.
But you know, it's okay. So you're working. You got a
Yeah.
good job. White
Yeah.
picket fence. So where does this start imploding?
I start hanging out with my family again.
Yeah.
You know, it's slowly integrating myself back into that lifestyle. And since I've been gone, that side of the family has exploded. You know, they went from selling drugs, hanging out on the front porch, raising hell, to really doing some big boy shit. You know,
Yeah.
my cousin did some Fed time and came home during all that. Yeah, and then I go back, and it's some shit you see on the movies, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then I went and bought a motorcycle,
Yeah.
and that's when everything
Changed. For you.
changed. Everything changed. I bought that motorcycle, started hitting some bars up with my motorcycle, and it all changed
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. Yeah, I lost everything.
Yeah.
I gained so much that I thought meant something to me, and lost everything that really meant something to me.
Well, and you know what's so crazy? You get involved with these organizations, and you get involved with these gangs and shit like that, and you're so focused on building this image of yourself
Yeah.
that you think people are going to be attracted to.
Yeah,
And you're so attracted to it that you just keep putting in the work and keep
Yep.
putting in the work, and you're like, yo, I'm the shit. This is me. Like,
yeah,
nobody can tell me shit, blah, 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 blah. And meanwhile, your girl, your kids, your family, the people that really care about you are like, yo, what the fuck, dude? Like, no one wants to see you like this, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, I used to think, like, dude, okay, I'm 974, bro. Can't nobody tell me shit, blah,
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, can't nobody tell me shit. I'm gonna fuck all these bitches and do this. And then, like, you know, you come across, I'm just using this as an example, but you come across a really, like, fine chick that's, like, kind of either got her shit together or she's putting the work in necessary to get her shit together. And she's like, look, dude, I'm not attracted to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know, like,
damn.
I was at one point, but, like, I mean, you know, like, we grow up, like, you gotta
Change,
grow up.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And,
Yeah.
like, some people do and some people don't, but it's like, I look back on that shit now and I'm like, dude, that shit is childish to me.
Yeah,
You know? And, like, some people are real fucking serious. So I'm not speaking to whatever you were a part of,
yeah,
but I'm speaking of what I was a part
Yeah.
of. Like, all these motherfuckers, and I love them to death, but they're all getting high. They're all fucked up. You know what I mean? But I will say that the people I was real tight with, that myself included, thought never were going to be shit, including myself,
Yeah.
was never going to be shit. My best friend from back in the day, doing great, rapping out in California. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, doing this Christian rap thing. It's awesome. Shout out AOG Marley. Y'all go check him out. Yeah, pull his shit up, dude. There he goes right there. That's my
Yeah.
fucking brother right there. Yeah, that's my
Yeah.
goddamn dog right there. Yeah, he's doing his little Christian rap thing,
That's
man,
what's
you
up.
know? Yeah. And, you know, like, me and him did the fucking shiestiest, dirtiest shit ever. Pull that one up over to the left.
On top.
Yeah, on top, or down below. Yeah, there it is right there. That's some music video right there. You know? And, like, looking back 5 years ago, I'd be like, dude, we'd never be in
Yeah.
where we're at now.
yeah,
And, you know, like, it's just really cool to be able to look back and see shit like that, man. And see where they're, like, they've really changed
yeah.
and
Came
shit,
out
dude.
of it.
Yeah,
on
you
the
know what I
other
mean?
side. Yeah, and that's one thing I've learned being here. When I was doing all that shit, I was fighting for the people I loved, and didn't give a shit about the people who love me.
Yeah.
And there's a difference. You
Yeah.
know, there's a big
Yeah.
difference. Like, I've got people now in my life from my past that I know love me,
Yeah, of course.
but a lot of them, I love them.
They didn't love you back.
They didn't love me back. Where I love what they had, what they could get, or their status.
Mhm.
You know, not them as a person. And same thing, it's a two-way street.
Yeah, absolutely.
They love me for what I had, what I can get, and my status.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a
And
dog eat dog world.
And again, it's that image thing.
Yeah.
Because you fall in love with the idea of this person. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like everybody, I don't give a fuck. Everybody somewhere growing up was attracted, not sexually or not like
Yeah.
gay or anything like that, but I mean attracted to the image of this person
Yeah.
that they really looked up to.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And you are attracted to that image and you look up to that image of that person, but the person could actually be a complete piece of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
yeah,
But you're just so blinded by like, damn, this dude is cool as fuck, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I mean, it's like anyway. Like I was at Walmart today, and I would never fucking be like, I'm gonna get a motorcycle and join the Hell's Angels. You know what I mean? Like, never in my life would I do some shit like that. But I see this guy come in and he's got a full on Hell's Angel shit on, and I'm like, damn, I don't know nothing about any of that shit. But that motherfucker looks cool as fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And like, you know, they just
Kind of.
they stand out. Well, I know you're not but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I
I'm
get
just
you.
using it as
Yeah,
an
I got you.
example, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
damn, this motherfucker looks like Sons of Anarchy. You know what I mean? And this dude's probably a piece of shit. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But like, fucking, who knows? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, it's like that lifestyle and that type of shit has been glorified so much
Yep.
that like the people that are taboo and shit and like really on the fringes of, you know, society, people look up to that shit now.
yeah. And that's what drew me in was, I fucked up in life. I got my shit together. I'm fucking up now. This is what I meant for. Like, I don't like following rules or sticking by, you know, going with the grain.
If you don't mind, can you tell the people what you were a part of?
I was a part of the Pagan Nation. I was a pagan.
Yeah, motorcycle club,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, the motorcycle club.
Yeah, the motorcycle.
yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I was a 1%er.
Look
Yeah.
at that, dude.
East Coast.
Yeah, yep.
No, I wanted some pictures of the guys, dude. Fuck that.
I mean, it's probably not a lot.
What do you call it when y'all all ride together? What is that called? Like a formation?
Yeah.
Look up that Pagan Nation motorcycle formation. Let's see what these.
So you're not gonna find a lot on pagans because, they've built the whole club on, like,
Just kind of secrecy.
low key.
There we
Yeah.
go. Go up to that one at the top to the right, or 3 to the right. Yeah,
Yeah,
there you go, dude.
Yep.
Okay, that looks like Sturgis or something.
yeah. Yeah. So when I and
Scroll down.
Hey, it's you right there.
Yeah, let's pull that one up.
What, this one?
No. Go back. Go down. Where they're all leaning on each other. There it is. There's Hammond on the end. Hell yeah, dude.
I know all them guys.
Yeah.
That's crazy for real.
Word up.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
dude. So y'all are kind of tight knit.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Something I've noticed about like motorcycle gangs, dude. And I'll call them motorcycle clubs, whatever. I don't want to offend
Yeah.
anybody. But you know, like something I've noticed about motorcycle clubs is they're so much more organized than like the gangs out there
Yeah.
today. You know what I mean? And it's like, so what did you have? The jean vest?
Yeah.
or-
So for a pagan, like everybody wears a denim vest. We're different than the other clubs. They wear leather, but we're all denim.
That's a fucking hard ass logo, dude.
Yeah. Oh, Sutar.
Yeah.
That's what that dude's name is. He's the god of the sun.
Dude,
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds cool as fuck, dude. You see what I'm saying? I don't know nothing about this shit, but I'm like, damn, dude, I'll join right now.
Yeah.
What's up, dude?
Yeah.
No, but I mean, like, bro, it's just like, I mean, Tell them about that, cause so I saw a guy ride past me. I
Yeah.
called you and told you,
Mhm.
and this dude had a club attached
axe
to the.
handle.
Okay, so
Yeah.
can you talk about that?
Yeah. So that's just a thing for pagans is, you know, you can have 3 as a pagan, 3 axe handles. You make your own, you earn one, and then you're gifted one.
Yeah.
So
What is any specific order that happens?
you make your own,
Okay. Yeah.
you earn one,
Yeah.
and you're given one.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. All right.
Yeah,
So in
yeah.
that order.
Yeah, in that order, yeah.
Okay. So what? Real quick, go to that pagan empire thing. Go down, all the way down. Down, that right there, pagan empire. That's some bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never mind. That's some.
Okay. Yeah, I was about to say.
Or go to that
Yeah,
map
now-
with the blue
now,
right
yeah.
there.
So yeah, that's
With pagan chapters.
that's the East Coast.
Okay. So you got North Carolina, VA, West Virginia,
Yeah.
Pennsylvania, New
And
York.
and the difference between the pagans and other motorcycle clubs is most bottom rockers you see has like North Carolina, South Carolina. You don't see that with pagans. You got East Coast, West Coast. You know, it's a general thing. You can't.
Now, bottom rocker is the bottom.
Yeah, the bottom.
Embroidered. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So it's kind of a, you know, in general thing. You can't lock us down to one
Specific region.
thing,
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and there's a secrecy behind being a pagan.
I got you.
And
Now, are y'all on the West Coast too? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
But like more predominantly on the East Coast.
the same.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah,
Wow.
the same. Yeah, it's you know, and like a pagan is, you've heard of 1%ers.
Yeah.
There's motorcycle clubs, and then there's 1%er clubs. You know, and if you have a 1%er patch, that's your top of the line. You know what I'm saying? Like you're really involved in something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I see all these like groups of bikers and shit
Yeah.
nowadays, and it's like biking for recovery. And
Yeah, so
shit like that.
we call them like weekend warriors.
Oh,
You know what I'm
okay,
saying?
gotcha.
So
Yeah.
they work a job Monday through Friday. They get on their motorcycle on Saturday, and a bunch of them will ride around
Yeah.
and do fundraisers and
Yeah,
Toy
that's
for
not
Runs.
y'all.
absolutely not.
Yeah, this is your job.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's a life. Like when I started prospecting for the pagans, I quit my job. I moved out of my family's house.
Yeah,
It was everything to me. Like you have to buy in
100%.
100%. You cannot half-ass it because you
You're
can't
not
do
gonna
it.
cut it.
No,
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
not
yeah,
going to
yeah,
cut
yeah.
it. And then all the work you put in to become a patch holder, like it's for nothing. So you got to really buy into it. And I did 197 days of prospecting before I got patched in, and a lot of people join these clubs and gangs and stuff for the brotherhood and the camaraderie.
Sure.
You know, I had that with my family. My
Yeah.
family's tight knit and close.
Yeah.
And I didn't join the pagans for a brotherhood. I didn't join it. I joined it because I wanted to be the baddest motherfucker that rode the streets.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And to me, they were it. That's what was it. You know, but along with that, I was taught a whole lot
Yeah.
about being a man, about being a brother.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of this shit is washed down. You know, like we talk about being a brother and having a brotherhood, but at the end of the day, you're going to eat.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you're going to get what you need to survive.
Mm.
They taught me sacrifice and for the greater good of something. You
Yeah.
know, everything comes back tenfold. You do what you need to today for that brother, because one day you're going to be in a position and you're not going to have to worry about it because you know that them brothers are going to be there for you.
Yeah.
You know, and that's instilled in you, like the brotherhood is real. Being a man comes first.
Yeah.
You know, before you're anything in life, you're a man. They taught me, as a man, you've got two things. You've got your word and your word.
Yeah.
Like a man don't own nothing but the ground he stands on.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else, everything's replaceable.
Yeah.
You know, but your name and your word, like who you say you are, and you stand on what you say you're going to do, no matter what.
Yeah.
You know, and that taught me. To me, that's what being a man is. You know, all the other stuff, it'll fall into place. Like, you're going to struggle no matter what.
Yeah.
You're going to go through stuff no matter what. But just be a man. Everything else will be okay. You know, if it was easy, women and children would do it.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, being a pagan, I loved it.
Yeah.
You know,
And I mean, I'm sure, like, you know, you can transfer a lot of that knowledge and wisdom that you learned from that and apply it to your life today.
Yeah, and I do today.
Yeah.
You know, without all the other stuff that comes with it, I pick and choose the lessons that I've learned, and I try to implement them in my life today.
Absolutely.
To stay sober and be happy.
So the way your life looks now, where you're at right now, what is something that you would say to, like, the person out there that's still struggling, maybe caught up in that lifestyle, that, you know, might still be under the influence and impression of other people that probably don't have their best interest at heart? Like, what would you say to them to try and guide them down the right path? Like the thing that man told you right there.
So, like, a lot of people say that once you hit rock bottom, you're going to change your life. You know, that's when you make the decision to change your life. I disagree with that. I was comfortable in rock bottom. I loved rock bottom. I've loved the grind and stuff.
You're a bottom feeder.
I am a bottom feeder. Yeah. But you have to come to grips with you're better than that and you deserve more than that. And until that happens, it's not going to change, you know. I self-sabotaged because that's what I thought I deserved until I changed my whole mindset of I deserve better, I'm worth more, that self-love for myself. That's when my mind started changing to be happy. Like, I deserve to be happy.
Yeah.
I don't deserve to in the grind. I don't deserve that. It's not about street credit. It's not about a brotherhood. It's not about none of that. It's about you being who you want to be.
Yeah. And
there's two important days in a man's life: the day he's born and the day he figures out why he was born.
Yeah.
And that's what I strive for, is to figure out why I was born on this earth.
Yeah.
We all have a reason, you know. And once we find that, then I feel like that's when life starts getting sweet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%, dude.
So that's what I'm working towards now, and I've been in the grind and the struggle and stuff, and I've learned a whole lot out of it. I wouldn't take any of it back.
Yeah.
None of it I would take back. But I don't want that no more.
Yeah.
I want an easy life. I want to be at my house chilling with my girl and my kids every day.
Absolutely.
Because what I thought was boring was the American dream, you know?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Yeah.
100%. Well, you got anything else you want to say before we sign off?
So I'd like to say, like, in addiction and being a drug addict and stuff like that, like, I've been to multiple rehabs and everything. And in all these programs that I've done, they've told me drugs are bad. Well, no shit. I know drugs are bad.
Yeah.
You know, we all got a little common sense. And then they told me drugs was my problem. And that's what I bought into every time. At all these programs, all right, drugs is my problem. I got to stop doing drugs. And it never worked. For the first time in my life, I figured out drugs wasn't my problem. Drugs was a solution to a problem.
Oh my God.
And
yes.
once you find out what that problem is and you fix it, you're going to keep going to drugs to compensate or to feel better. But once you figure out that main problem or a couple problems, like me, I had a couple problems, and fix them, it doesn't mean like you don't have no more problems, but you learn a way to deal with it. You know, pain only leaves your life when it's done teaching you a lesson. Once that lesson's taught, that pain is gone. There's going to be more pain that comes in your life, but you just got to learn how to deal with it and find that lesson in it and move on.
Yes.
Yeah.
God damn, that was fire, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck, man, you might need to be doing this fucking podcast.
Yeah, right.
It's fucking awesome.
Well,
Yeah.
that was fucking awesome. That was
Yeah.
a great interview, dude. And if you or anyone you know is struggling with addiction or anything that is bringing you down in this world, don't be afraid to ask for help.
Yeah.
And my best piece of advice to the addict out there still struggling, still getting high, listen to the people around you when they tell you you might have a problem. And don't be afraid to admit you have a problem and get some help. We will be back again with another episode. If any of y'all want to get in touch with me about anything, hit me up at bendoesaddiction@gmail.com. That is bendoesaddiction@gmail.com. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. We will be posting more. Thank y'all so much. Thank you, bro. I love you.
There you go. Yeah.